In the depths of silence, a woman's power unfolds. Some women don't chase, and yet they're never forgotten. Their absence echoes louder than any words, leaving an indelible mark on the psyche of those they leave behind. This is the story of the woman who walks away, and the man who's left to grapple with the void she creates. Picture a scene, a dimly lit room, two figures locked in an unspoken battle. She stands, her eyes a mirror of unspoken truths, while he sits, his mind a whirlpool of confusion and desire. The air between them crackles with tension, thick with words unsaid and emotions unexpressed. This is the moment when silence becomes a weapon, a shield, and a revelation all at once. Carl Jung, the master of the human psyche, spoke of the shadow, that hidden part of ourselves we desperately try to conceal. But in the quiet moments, when words fail and only raw emotion remains, the shadow emerges from its hiding place. It dances in the spaces between breaths, revealing truths we'd rather keep buried. As she turns to leave, her footsteps echoing in the stillness, his mind begins to race. What lies behind her silence? What thoughts swirl in the depths of her being? The man, caught in the grip of his own projections, begins to paint a picture of her inner world. But is it truth, or merely a reflection of his own hidden desires and fears? In the absence of her voice, his anima, the feminine aspect of his psyche, begins to stir. It whispers of vulnerability, of the need for connection, of the fear of abandonment. The silence becomes a canvas upon which he projects his deepest insecurities and most fervent hopes. Every second that ticks by in her wake is an eternity of possibility and dread. The Stoics taught that true power lies in mastering one's own mind, in remaining unshaken in the face of external forces. Yet here, in the wake of her silent departure, even the most steadfast man finds himself adrift. Her silence becomes a mirror, reflecting back to him the tumultuous landscape of his own psyche. As the door closes behind her, the man is left alone with his thoughts. In this moment of solitude, the process of individuation begins. He's forced to confront the parts of himself he's long ignored: the needy child, the wounded lover, the insecure boy masquerading as a confident man. Her silence has stripped away his defenses, leaving him naked before the truth of his own being. What does he think in these moments of quiet reckoning? Perhaps he imagines her thoughts, creating elaborate narratives of her feelings and motivations. He might picture her angry, hurt, or indifferent. But in reality, her silence is a blank slate upon which he projects his own fears and desires. It's not about her at all. It is about the parts of himself he has yet to integrate. The shadow looms large in these moments of uncertainty. All the qualities he's denied in himself, vulnerability, neediness, the capacity for deep emotion, suddenly come rushing to the surface. Her silence has become a catalyst for his own inner work, a call to confront the aspects of his psyche he's long kept hidden. In the stillness, he might feel a surge of anger. How dare she leave him like this, without explanation or closure? But beneath the anger lies fear. Fear of abandonment, of not being enough, of being seen for who he truly is. The silence forces him to sit with these uncomfortable truths, to acknowledge the parts of himself he's tried so hard to ignore. As minutes turn to hours, his mind continues its frantic dance. He might reach for his phone, fingers hovering over her name, desperate to break the silence. But something holds him back. A recognition, perhaps, that this moment of discomfort is necessary for growth. The silence becomes a crucible in which his ego is slowly dissolved, making way for a more integrated self to emerge. In this space of not knowing, of suspended animation between what was and what might be, transformation becomes possible. The man is forced to confront his attachment style, to examine the patterns that have led him to this moment. Is he secure in himself, able to weather the storm of her silence? Or does her absence trigger deep-seated fears of abandonment, sending him spiraling into anxiety and self-doubt? The silence stretches on, a yawning chasm of possibility. In its depths, he begins to see the outline of his own emotional landscape. The need for external validation, the fear of true intimacy, the struggle to be vulnerable. All are laid bare in the wake of her departure. Her silence has become a mirror, reflecting back to him the work he still needs to do. As dawn breaks, casting long shadows across the room, a shift begins to occur. The frantic energy of the night before gives way to a quiet acceptance. In the soft light of morning, he begins to see her silence not as a weapon or a punishment, but as a gift. It's an invitation to look inward, to do the hard work of self-examination and growth. The woman who walks away in silence isn't weak. She's a catalyst for transformation. Her absence creates a space in which true change can occur. In the void she leaves behind, a man is given the opportunity to confront his shadow, to integrate the disparate parts of his psyche, and to emerge more whole. As he rises to face the new day, there's a sense of something profound having shifted. The silence that once felt like a punishment now feels like an opportunity. He realizes that the answers he seeks don't lie in her words or actions, but in his own capacity for self-reflection and growth. In the end, her silence speaks volumes, not about her, but about him. It reveals the work he still needs to do, the parts of himself he's yet to accept and integrate. And in that revelation lies the potential for true transformation, for a deeper understanding of himself and his place in the world. The woman who walks away in silence isn't weak. She simply sees more. She understands the power of absence, the transformative potential of stillness. In her wake, she leaves not just an empty space, but a canvas upon which a man can paint a new version of himself, one that is more integrated, more self-aware, and ultimately more whole.